The residents of the Matthew Henson neighborhood believe that squatters are to blame not only for the explosion you see here, but also for the fire that occurred in the building right behind it and various issues occurring around the neighborhood. The House of Ruth, Maryland, an intimate partner violence prevention organization, is unveiling its first ever community center today, open to the public. While many students are stressing over the cost of textbooks every semester, others have learned how to use the interlibrary loan system. Simply find the book you're looking for online, check it out, and pick it up at the library. And save money on all the books you need. While this Friday morning, the neighborhoods are welcoming the help of the volunteers, on most Friday nights, these same neighbors say that they are far less excited to see students of the university walking the streets. It has been a tense night with the points swinging back and forth wildly and both teams moving up and down across the scoreboard. But through it all, the football team, the student section, and the marching band have managed to keep their same level of energy through everything that's happened tonight. Students living in Towson University's residence halls are scrambling to evacuate as the clock ticks closer and closer to the 12 p.m. deadline. This deadline was given less than 24 hours ago when the notice went out that the school would be closing early due to coronavirus fears. An explosion that caused a house to collapse in West Baltimore on Thursday is prompting conversation about a much larger issue, squatters, and residents are demanding that the city take action.
I need help now. I need support now. And it just seems like I've been running into stumbling blocks.
The residents of the Matthew Henson neighborhood believe that squatters are to blame not only for the explosion you see here, but also for the fire that occurred in the building right behind it and various issues occurring around the neighborhood.
We have the squatters that's living in the properties that move in and out all the properties in this area, and it's causing fires and destruction of property.
The explosion is the latest in a long string of squatter-related destruction happening around the neighborhood. We spoke to one resident who said that squatters have even broken into his home.
My window that was right here that was intact is now inside broken.
And what was taken?
2 bikes.
Baltimore City Fire and BGE will continue to investigate the cause of the explosion, but the city government has yet to comment on what it intends to do about the squatters in the neighborhood. This has been Roshan Davis. The coronavirus is quickly sweeping through the nation, and government-issued stay-at-home orders are largely affecting the lives of people all over the state. From college students to essential workers to international visitors, many people are struggling with the consequences of the pandemic.
I feel like one of the biggest ways it's affected me is my capacity to learn. I underestimate how difficult it would be learning and adapting to an online environment.
In Maryland, Governor Larry Hogan's stay-at-home order, which went into effect in late March, mandates that residents not leave their homes unless it is absolutely necessary, such as to acquire food or medical treatment or to complete a job as an essential employee. But some people feel as though the public is not taking the virus or Governor Hogan's policies seriously enough.
You see people out there, like I told you about the Good Friday story where people were literally lined up out the door for fried fish at the seafood market.
At least 35 people have already been arrested and charged for violating Maryland's stay-at-home order. This lack of regard for the order threatens to extend the amount of time that the state will need to continue operating under this policy. For some, this is a minor inconvenience. For others, it's the difference between being reunited with their families.
I'm just bored of staying at home. I can't fly back to India because India's on lockdown.
But everyone, no matter the situation, has begun to make plans for the uncertain future.
I'll probably stay here for the next upcoming year and try to make things seem as normal without changing things too much.
This has been Roshan Davis, MCOM 481 News. Towson University's final home football game against Elon began with a roar. Hopes were high as seniors walked out onto the field for a special goodbye on their last night playing in Johnny Unitas Stadium, their faces displayed on the big screen as their names echoed around the space. And athletes, performers, and audience members alike were feeling sentimental about the event.
I'm definitely going to come back to some games after I graduate, but at the same time, there's nothing like being a student and, coming to the games, so I guess it feels a little sad.
The game began on a great note for the Tigers, with the team scoring 2 touchdowns back-to-back and securing an early lead. Entering the second half, it seemed as though the Tigers were a guaranteed win for the night. But after a shaky third and fourth quarter for Towson, things weren't looking so great for the home team. It has been a tense night with the points swinging back and forth wildly and both teams moving up and down across the scoreboard. But through it all, the football team, the student section, and the marching band have managed to keep their same level of energy through everything that's happened tonight.
I mean, it's getting a little close, so I'm a little worried, but I'm excited because I know the team has done really well, especially at home this season, so I think they can pull out a dub for the night.
Well, with 1 minute and 38 seconds left, we're up by 1. So we're holding our breath. We're holding our breath here.
The night ended in a loss for the Towson Tigers as a field goal kicked in the last 45 seconds brought the score to 25-23. With their hopes for the 2019 playoffs dashed, the senior Tigers likely won't forget this game for a long time. Reporting with MCOM 381 News, I'm Roshan Davis. The House of Ruth, Maryland, an intimate partner violence prevention organization, is unveiling its first ever community center today, open to the public. This new community engagement center strives to be a place where victims and perpetrators alike will be able to seek counseling, find discounted clothing, and learn about potential next steps for their lives.
We have to get to the root cause of the problem. And the root cause of the problem is to work with the perpetrator, to work with the community, to recognize the symptom, the activity, the culture.
If it touches you, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone in suffering, and you're not alone in trying to deal with it.
The House of Ruth, Maryland is located on North Calvert Street in Baltimore City and is already open and servicing the public. This has been Roshan Davis. And fires aren't the only thing locals need to watch out for. 11 new red light cameras are being implemented as of this week. The cameras are stationed at intersections such as York Road and Woodbourne Avenue and York Road and Northern Parkway. It is currently unknown if enforcement at the camera locations will be on a temporary, rotating, or permanent basis. Speaking of renovations, a Round 1 entertainment center will open this Saturday in the Towson Mall. The location will feature over 200 arcade games, 12 bowling lanes, and 6 pool tables. Be sure to stop in and enjoy. In national news, a Pennsylvania woman is being charged with 2 counts of murder after her 2 children were found hanging in their basement. The woman, Lisa Snyder, claims that her children died by suicide, but investigators say that they have found no evidence of the children being bullied. Snyder is currently being held without bail.